Hi y'all, this is Karen Pruitt and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make strawberry and cream tartlets. I'm going to use some Paula Deen Sugar cookie recipe. Start over. Hi y'all, this is Karen Pruitt and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make strawberry and cream tartlets. And I'm going to use something I just recently found in my store. It's Paula Deen's very own sugar cookie mix. Yay! So I've taken, the sugar cookie mix requires an egg and a softened half cup of butter. Put that in my bowl, and I'm adding in the mix, and then just whisking it all together, and I'll have my nice sugar cookie base. Now I was trying to figure out a way to do this recipe, this spatula, and what I was shooting for was something kind of like a kolache. You know, in Texas we have a lot of Czechs, and because a lot of Texas was settled by Czechs. In different parts of Texas, the kolaches are different. Where I grew up, we had kolaches that were basically pastries like danishes with fruit or cream cheese filling, and the cream cheese were always my favorite. In other parts, you had ones that were more savory and done with usually with meat or cheese. I always liked the cream cheese filling, but I'm kind of like my little 6-year-old niece. I usually would eat the filling and throw away the bread. So I wanted to figure out something to kind of get that flavor of that cream cheese filling, but in more of a cookie format, because I'm more of a cookie person. So, alright, now I've gotten the cookie dough kind of mixed together. Oops. And it mixes pretty well. It smells really good and buttery. So I'm going to set, you can see it together, I'm going to set it aside and make my filling real quick. The filling's really simple. Cream cheese. It's about a pinch of nutmeg. And a teaspoon of our homemade vanilla. If you watched one of my earlier videos, I made this vanilla using vodka and probably about 15 vanilla beans for about a pint of vodka. Stuck it in a dark place for 6 months. Every month shook it up, and at the end I had vanilla. And then a half of a cup of just plain old regular sugar. Alright, I'm going to mix that up, and then when we come back you can see the filling and I'll show you how to put them together. Alright, so now I'm putting my tarts together, my little tartlets. Yesterday at the store, at the craft store, I found these really cute little muffin tins, and or muffin liners. I bought the small versions of them so I can make little miniature tartlets. And at the end I'm going to put flags on the top so I can use them for Memorial Day. So I'm just I've taken non-stick spray and sprayed the edge, sprayed the inside of my little scoop. This is a 1 tablespoon scoop, and I'm just scooping my cookie dough and doing kind of a scant. I got too much in that one. A scant, so not quite a full cookie dough, full bowl of it, since these are going to rise a little bit. And I have to tell you, I've used a lot of different brands of cookie dough mix and pre-made cookie dough, and I've also made plenty of my own, and this one smells better than most. I'm going to spray my hands with non-stick vegetable spray. When I mix this one up, I could spray, and I'm just going to smush the get non-stick all over my hands. I'm going to smush these little tarts. You see I'm smushing them so that I get them all up the sides. I'm basically making a hole, but still leaving some on the bottom so I can put my filling in. But I've tried all these different cookie recipes, and this one smells just like my homemade ones do. There's lots of vanilla, a really yummy butter scent. It smells really good. So I think these are going to be really super yummy with Paula Deen's cookie mix. So when you come back, I'm going to go ahead and spread all these out, and then I will show you how to put in the filling and our last step. And I've also preheated my oven to 375, so you can go ahead and do that so your oven's ready to go. We pulled the tartlets out of the oven, and they look really bad. And, you know, I have to be honest, I haven't tried this recipe before. I actually made it up this afternoon, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. But it's been, in our household, a really bad and difficult week, and we've had to deal with a really bad loss. So, one of my friends suggested, that I use this as a means to get my mind off of it. And I have to admit that when we pulled these out of the oven, my husband and I started cracking up laughing because they look terrible. So we're going to fix them. And this is just another jar, I haven't heated, of our strawberry preserves. I'm going to put it on top and basically put lipstick on this pig and make it look a little better. I know it's going to taste good because all the elements that went into it taste really delicious. So I'm not worried about that. And if I had fresh strawberries, I would use those, but since our plants are done producing, I don't have any, even though actually they now that it's in the 90s here, they get enough sunlight and heat that they taste pretty good. So apparently, oops, when you cook your tarts, they're going to not only poof, but the cream cheese filling in the middle is going to go down. So you may want to reserve some strawberry preserves or strawberries to put on top at the end. So I'll go ahead and just put some preserves on the tops of these. It looks like I'm going to need about another 8 ounces of preserves to complete it. Oh, and I also should show you this. I also made some thumbprint cookies with the extras. And apparently they liked each other so much they decided to all marry into one big cookie. But you know what's funny is in my family we don't care. And so we just cut them apart. And we've always done it that way. We were always more about getting it done quick and having it taste really good than having it look as perfect. So I'm going to take my tarts. I'll show you my plate. Now this nice glass plate, I took some ribbon that I took off of a candy box. And then a scrap of scrapbook paper. So I have the nice red, white, and blue theme that'll go with my Memorial Day tarts. And then I'm going to use a knife and get these off. And when we come back, I will show you what they look like. So now we have our nice festive 4th of July or Memorial Day cookie plate. It's a cookie and tartlet plate. I forgot to tell you, for the thumbprints, all I did was the same thing I did with the tartlets, but on a cookie tray. And I just smashed them with my thumb, put some cream cheese, the cream cheese mixture inside, and then also put in the preserves on top. So I'm going to try one of these little tartlets. Set down my plate, take my little darling flag out, and peel it back. Oh. Okay, that's actually really good. Ooh, that's really good. The nutmeg enhances the cream cheese, so you get kind of that zip and the super richness of the Philadelphia cream cheese, and the strawberries have a little tartness and sweetness that kind of hit with that zip. And the cookies nice and sweet and crumbly. It's really delicious. So even though mine don't look as good as they could, I do recommend you trying them at home. And I hope you enjoy our recipe.